Alright, so I want to do a video on all my GECs that I own currently. I've hit a point, like a plateau, where I've kind of held back on buying any more. So first up, I do have the GEC book. These can be pretty hard to get at times and unfortunately kind of expensive, but I got this one for a good deal. Pretty interesting inside, information, stuff like that. So if you see one, pick it up. But anyway, first up, first knife. 14 Tom's Choice with the cocoa buckler blah blah wood. This is my first 14. It's definitely small, right? It's small. I've carried it, I've used it, but again, too small for me to want to carry it a lot. I use it as a secondary blade sometimes. Secondary carry. And excuse my focus. I'm not good at focusing stuff. But this is a nice knife. No complaints with it. It's just, like, look at that. 3 fingers maybe. These are medium mechanics gloves, if that helps out any. Next up, we have this thing. It's a thing. Hummingbird covers, cool bomb shield. I've not carried this one. It doesn't really speak to me. It's nice though. It's pretty. Just not my thing. I didn't have a 13, so this came up for a good price. I bought it. One of the more recent ones. Next up, again, similar to the 13, but this is the pocket carver in the green banana. I really like the way this one came out. I'm happy with it. I actually bought this to carve with, but I decided I didn't want to get any potential blade play or anything with it, so I bought a dedicated carving knife, and I've been using that. But I like this. I'm glad I have it. It's cool, right? Next, another one very similar to the last two. I love the color of these covers. Red, blood red bone. It's jigged. I love jig bone. I've used this one. Not a lot, but I've used it. Has a nice secondary blade. What can you say? It's a nice GEC. Again, excuse the focusing on my video. Next, what is this? A 21 Bull Buster with the black and red Rich Light covers. I've not used this one. Oop. If I ever feel like carrying a sodbuster pattern, I carry my case. Nice. The engraving looks a little fuzzy to me. I don't know. But yeah, again, haven't carried this one. It's a newer production. Look at the little spotting on the blade. I haven't used it. I don't know. I just greased her up when I got her. Next. What is this? What is this called? A Ben Hogan or something? Yeah, this is my only stainless GEC. I've used it. Oh, look at that face. I've used this one a few times. It doesn't really do much for me. I don't care for it. It reminds me of my Benchmade 417, the Fact. I love that thing. But maybe it's because it's stainless steel. I don't carry it. Look. I bought this used. Look. Somebody had, I guess, a proud tip. Can you tell? Can you see that? Can you see that? And they ground down the tip. Whatever. Next. Now this one I bought used. I like this one a lot. The size is just big enough for me to get a full grip. You see that? Full grip. With my size medium mechanics gloved hands. Good old 83. Man, I'm sorry guys, the focusing. I have it fixed. This is my iPhone. I have it fixed at whatever distance this is. But, I mean, look at that, man. It's nice. Is that micarta or rich light? No clue. I think it's micarta. But this is the this is the smallest I would go. Where's the 14? I wish the 14 would be this size, but then that wouldn't make sense because it would be a different pattern. Like you can see, you can tell it's just a hair bigger than the 14. Anyway, there's that one. Next up, this is my oldest GEC. This is a 53M from 2007. It is engraved somewhere, I think right here in the, yeah, you can kind of faintly see it. I could zoom in, but then I have to change my focus. I forgot the number. Whatever, it's a low number. You can look up the production numbers for that year. This is the Twilight Acrylic, I believe. Bought this used. Somebody heavily used it in the past. Blade etch is almost gone. See the stamp on that side. There is no serial number on this one. I think this is well, it is pre-serialized knives. 2007. Titusville Iron Works. Look at that, man. Somebody had some rust, I guess. They took a wheel to it. Where'd it go? You can see it good. Yeah, right there. Whew. That's all right. And they had a proud tip. I think, right? Because that's not factory, the blade shape. I don't know, man. But it was an early GEC, so I bought it. No regrets. After that, the little Rattler. I have not carried this one. Again, it's way too small. Way smaller than the 14. 2020. I bought this one mainly because the Rattler matches the Rattler, right? So there's that. I haven't carried it. Never will, probably. Here's another one of those knives where I would never carry. The old Templar. And this is the small Templar. Of all the ones to get, I have the small one. Cool little blade etch. I should wipe these down for the video, but I do not want to reapply the grease. That's why I'm wearing gloves. I'm too lazy to go back and wipe them all down and all that stuff. So hate me, I don't care. I carry them, you can see I carry a lot of these, so it's not that I want to keep them in pristine shape. This is my only fixed blade GEC. It does have a blade etch. I have used this one a good bit. Good old H10. I love the handle material, bone marrow. Look at that valley, man. Woo-wee. Makes it a little bit uncomfortable to carry, or not carry, but use. That's super sharp right there, that edge. But do I really use it a lot? No. Mainly being, man, see, I'm the type of guy where the knife is only as good as its sheath, and this sheath is, I mean, it's all right. It does its job, but it reminds me of like a sheath from a Pakistani-made knife. And I know companies out there make replacement sheaths, or I guess their own sheaths that are better. And I can make one. I've made some fixed blade sheaths in the past, but whatever. I haven't done it yet. I haven't bought one. Probably never will. Next up, 97 bone. I forgot the type of bone. I could look on the tube, but this one is marked 78 because it is a Kiefer Cutlery classic variant. SFO maybe? It's on the tube. I'm not going to look. Stamp from 2019. Haven't carried this one. It's funny, I bought this one to be a user because I got it for a good price, but I have not used it yet. It's nice though. Next, can you guess? Another 97. I've always wanted a yellow rose, not particularly 97, but this one came up for a good price. Haven't used this one. Man, I need to stay in focus, huh? But, nice blade etch. Texas really doesn't do anything for me, but it's cool. And to go along with it, I had this made. The dude at Beard and Owl, I got with him on Reddit. He made that for me. Yellow rose. There's a reason why I went all out with these two, but I'm not going to discuss that here. Next up, this is one of my most carried GECs. A lot of people make fun of these because of the blade etch and the beard comb, but comes in handy for me. I do have a beard most of the time. Threw a little leather strap on there, lanyard thing. You can see I have used it. Lots of A1 sauce. And then the beard. Oh, look. Yes. Etch is removed. Have no fear, guys. No worries. It's gone. Beard comb. Yeah, I carry this one a lot. Easily my top 3 or 4 most carried. I like that green bone too. Looks like a pickle. I don't know. Next, this is a recent run. 39 Beaver. Look at that beautiful wood. This is my first and only Beaver. I've had plenty of opportunities in the past to buy different variants of Beaver. Never done it. I kind of wish I bought a large variant, or at least a 2-blade. But I have this one, so at least I have one. This is about the same size. If not, it is the same size as the 15. Let's see. Is it? Yeah, roughly. I don't know. I'm no expert. I don't even have a lot of these GECs. Next, this is my Grail GEC. Do you hear me? Ooh, look at that. Okay, brass 44 is just peak. This is peak for me. I was going back and forth between this or the wood covers. I think the wood and brass kind of fits the theme better. Gunstock, bullet, brass, whatever. But ultimately, I'm glad I went with the bone. I think bone is classier and is not as cheap looking or whatever. Nice secondary blade, which is in front of the main blade. And the secondary blade is stamped with the data. But man, this is my favorite knife ever. For a good reason. It's beautiful. Flawless. Next. This one is a variant that is hyped up a lot, or at least it was when I first got into GECs. So I've always been on the hunt for one. I've seen them for sale, just never jumped on one until this one came along. I got this one from the GEC store from their latest run on the 47. Never carried it. Once I got it, I was like, wow, this is cool, but it doesn't do anything for me. This is the Desert Ironwood. I was going to get the bone. They had the bone in stock when it dropped on their website, but you know how that goes. It sold out when I was processing payment or whatever. So luckily I was able to go back and get this one. Yeah, maybe I'll carry it eventually. I'm sure I will. Next up is one that I was very excited for to get. Northwoods. It's my only Northwoods. Yeah, it's on the 12 pattern, but it's grown on me. I actually like it. I've used it a lot. Is it focused? Yeah, there we go. I have used it a lot. But, I don't know. It's her Northwoods. That's why I bought it. I'm not a huge fan of micarta, but it's her Northwoods. I got it for a good deal too. Brand new. very close to the, no more than $200, I'll say that. Next up, 42 lockback. This is probably my most carried GEC. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of lockbacks, but this one does something for me, I guess. Used it a lot. I always thought it was weird how in this one, ooh, can you see? The stamp is covered by the bolster, so you cannot read it at all, except for the 42 in the beginning. But the bone on this is fabulous, I would say. Look at that. I do have a chip there. You know, use your stuff type of deal. Going back on the Northwoods, their most recent Northwoods drop from like, what, a week or two ago? I actually had the, because you know, it dropped, there was I think 3 or 4 pages of them, maybe. So I made the rookie mistake of, hey, let's hand pick one. Let me go through and pick which one I like the most. So I think on the second page there was a bone that I really liked, and I was able to add to cart. It was in stock, and then of course it was sold out when my payment was being processed. So I was able to go back and find another one. But then I told myself, you know, this is stupid. It's probably a sign you don't need to buy another one. Even though it was a Northwoods for like, what, 140, 150? Anyway. Next up, the old dog leg. This is another one that I overpaid for this one. I forgot what vendor I got it from. But I got it because I thought there was a good chance I was not going to get not stag, but the bone variant. The bone variant came out after this one. This is the first one that came out. And I said, okay, I'll get this one. Sorry, it's focused. I'll get this one. If I can snag a bone, I'll sell this one. Well, I had like 2 or 3 chances to buy the bone, and I passed on all 3 of them because I overpaid on this one, and I didn't want to ask what I paid for this one. So I bought it first party through a vendor, but it's not like I paid like $200 for it, but still. Plus, I like the shield on this one a lot. And I do like the engraving. I just don't like the covers. But it's kind of grown on me. I haven't carried it yet, so it hasn't really grown on me. But another thing that bothered me with this one was the secondary blade. It's slightly proud, and it's got the weird kick. So I have to like keep it like that to follow it down. But you can see maybe perhaps. I can feel it. I can catch it with my finger now. So when I have the main blade open and I'm holding it, it's like, it bothers me. It's not really an issue, but I make it an issue. And that's the problem. It's all in my head. And then lastly, I might have 1 or 2 more floating somewhere, but 92? Yeah, Eureka Jack and Stag. Man, the Stag. I love Stag. It's got some nice depth. Ooh, look at that. That's a good shot right there. Beautiful. I've carried this one once or twice, but I've always wanted a Eureka Jack. Not necessarily in GEC. Well, yeah, I would like one in GEC, which is why I have this one. But my first time seeing one, this pattern was a Tony Bowes, whatever case collaboration. It was like, what, $450. I held it in my hand. It was nice, but it had the case symptoms of like the grind was super coarse. It was like a saw blade, and what was the other problem? Proud tip or something else that kept me from even considering buying it. But I love the pattern. It looks so cool. That little whoop in the back. I love that. But yeah, that's, like I said, I think that's all of them. There might be 1 or 2 more floating. Did I show this? With the 14, I made this little North American Arms pocket sheath holster thing. It's a meme item, but it's cool. It's functional. It works. So there's that. And then I showed you the yellow rose. I made this one. This is for a size for a 15. And the 44 fits in there pretty good. I like this one a lot. I made that one. I made this one for the 42 out of thicker leather. Here's my club gear. My club gear, dude, has the slip from Justin Lynch. Then we got the old coin. But yeah, that's it, man. That's all my GEC knives that I'm aware of at the moment. Again, if you see one of these books, guys, you should buy it. Just don't pay a lot for it. All right.